Hi everyone, today I have received this lovely parcel, and inside is a book for me to review. So I thought I would just open it with you and show you the book. Now this isn't a Johanna Basford book, it is a colouring book though, ooh, look at that, how very pretty. And it has been sent to me, I will read the name, from Dominika Stoppa or Stoppa, I think. I'm very sorry, don't really know how to pronounce the name, but she wanted to send me her colouring book to have a look at. So here it is. She's popped me a little card in, look how pretty that is, and it says, Dear Rachel, thank you so much for accepting my new book to review. I started self-publishing during the pandemic, and any help or constructive feedback means a lot. Just a quick reminder, you can find me on Instagram and YouTube. So I'll put those two in the links to those two in the description of the video. So if you want to find her and find out more about her, you can. Now I've got to try and untie this very pretty bow, which has got a little bit squished in the post, but that always happens. But we're getting there. And she's got a lovely little printed card on there, look, that's very nice. I am struggling. I'm going to cheat and just put it off. Here we go, and this paper is really pretty. So let's open up at the back. I'm going to try and do it carefully, but I'm not very good at preserving tissue paper. Here we go. So as I said, I normally only do Johanna Basford books and colouring. But as I was contacted about, I have been contacted about from quite a few different people before, but I had a quick look at the theme of this book and I really liked the idea behind it, which is why I agreed to review this one. Now I'm not going to be doing any colouring in it today. I've just noticed we've got two here. I'm not going to be doing any colouring today, just showing you them. And but I will do some and make some videos soon. We've got two here. We've got the Botanical Mandalas or Mandalas, a colouring book and self-discovery journal, and under here we've got the Botanical Affirmations colouring book. So what I liked was this idea that there's affirmations tied in with colouring, and as you can see, it's very pretty. So we'll look at this one first. I'm just going to line it up in the camera so you can see it. So we start off with Art This Book Belongs To page. We've got these lovely birds. To me they look like robins, but obviously we can colour them as we wish. And here we've got Today I'm Grateful For, so we can write things, and obviously there's quite a few lines. You could do different days and different writing. I really like these sorts of ideas, and we've got a lovely little floral design here. And on this page, my favourite affirmations. Well, that's rather nice. And we've got some birds and butterflies on this side. And then we have my goals for the next 6 to 12 months. Gosh, that's an interesting one. So we have that one and some pretty butterflies, keys and flowers on that page. What makes my heart sing? When do I feel most in tune with myself? So then we've got that page, and on here we've got some really pretty flowers. I particularly like this one, it's lovely. We've also got keys again, which is interesting. If I could be guaranteed that one of my dreams will come true, I'd choose. That's an interesting one to think about, and I like the idea that you can be thinking about what's on this page while you colour this page. I think that's quite fun. I'm most proud of. And here we have a design. I think these are feathers, but you could colour them as leaves. It's rather pretty. And we've got lots of keys again. My strengths are, we've got lovely roses and keys on this picture. People who inspire me, and we have some butterflies. Now the pages on this book, while we're going through, they're white paper, and they're not massively thick. I don't think they certainly wouldn't work for an alcohol marker, which most colouring books don't anyway. I'm not sure whether they would work with a pen. I don't colour in pens, it wouldn't worry me, but that would be interesting. I might do a little test when I colour it to see what works, but I'm sure they'll be lovely for pencil, and it's really soft paper. Compliments I hear most often, that's a really good one to just remind yourself of what people are saying about you. And some lovely flowers again. We've got quite a mix of different flowers on this one, and leaves. The biggest challenge I overcame in life, that's a lovely reminder, isn't it? And we have more florals, there's lovely poppies on this one. If I could go back in time, what would I tell my 18-year-old self? It's always quite an interesting one to think about. We have more birds on this one, like they look similar to the ones on the front. They're very, very cute. And flowers. Things I do to feel better. And then we have, what do we have? We have some little hearts and more flowers. These look more like buttercups to me, and daisies. Rather pretty. Songs I could listen to on repeat. And then we have more birds. People who influence my mindset. How interesting. We have butterflies and lovely daisies. My most sentimental possessions, and we have more florals. I like these ones, these are a little bit different. My favourite books or movies of all time, and more nice open roses on this one, and some what look like berries. I do like colouring a berry. My most spontaneous adventure was, and here we've got sort of separate flowers, so there's a bit less detail on this one, which is pretty. My idea of the perfect day from dawn until dusk, and here we have, these look like fuchsias to me. On the next page, I want to become, and we have these again, we've got a sort of berry-like items which I really like, and some quite big leaves. My favourite quotes, we have some lovely daisies, keys again, and different leaves. What I know to be true today that I didn't know a year ago. How very interesting. These look like they'll be fun to colour, a bit like a, I think they might be like chrysanthemums, something like that. And then we're getting right to the end now, and we have, what actions can I take today to simplify my life? And here is a lovely butterfly page with some daisies as to finish, I think. Hang on, we've got a little bit more. I think this is just a blank page at the back. See, this page I will use to test some pens and see whether things bleed through or not. So I will play around on that page. And there we have our back cover, which says a special collection of 22 illustrations to colour and 22 journaling prompts for self-discovery, mindful gratitude and self-love. Stop scrolling, start colouring and create your own calm. And we have the websites and things on there as well. So that's this first little book. It is little, I say little, it isn't tiny. I'm just going to measure it for you. So this is, it's about 21.5 centimetres. I think it's square. Yes, it is. In inches, for those of you who don't do centimetres, it is 8.5 inches. So there's that one. Now this one, as you can see, is larger. I think this is A4. Here's an A4 piece of paper. It isn't quite, is it? That it's not quite A4. And this is the Botanical Affirmations colouring book. I will tell you the measurements as we're doing ruler at the moment. So that is 28 by 21.5 centimetres, and in inches that is about 11. I think that would be 11 by 8.5. So there we go. So again, we've got a very pretty cover on this one. And what we've got here is we have got a picture. It's a lovely parrot with a phrase in the picture. So this one says I am enough, and what's lovely about this is you can colour a border, leave it white, just colour this frame. So you've got a lot of options. We've got a nice sky on this one as well. Now on the back, look, we've got a key, and these, as you can, this is sort of almost single-sided, so you could probably use a pen and not worry too much if it comes through. We've got a very pretty owl on this page with a moon and mountains. It says, I have the freedom and power to create the life I desire. And again, it's the same, I'm assuming it might be the same right through, with a sort of a little frame and an outside where you could pop a colour or not. And the same key on the back here. We have two parrots here. I am loved, loving and lovable, it says. And look, we've got a nice sky behind with stars, and we've got lovely leaves all around the edge. And the next one, oh, it's a hummingbird, isn't it? I honour my body by trusting the signals that it sends me. That's lovely. And here we have, I'm guessing, an eagle. I'm in the process of becoming the best version of myself. So of course with the words you can leave them with the white background to really stand out, or you could colour over them, over the background with a colour that might blend them into the picture a little bit more. My mind is calm and peaceful. I love these dragonfly, and we've got all these sort of water lilies, so you can colour the water here and the sky here. That's rather nice. I will not worry about things I cannot control. And here we have a lovely calm looking owl, and it looks like we're going from day to night here on the in the sky, so that's interesting. I'm grateful to be alive, it says, and we've got a lovely butterfly and a beautiful sunflower here. That looks nice. My actions create constant prosperity. And this looks slightly Christmassy. I think this looks like it might be a little blue tit, but we've got a holly. This is holly with berries, so that, I love the berries, so that'll be fun. And we've again got sort of starry sky in the background. We have a very pretty butterfly here. I can't think of the name of that one, but I shall be looking that one up. I choose to be kind to myself and love myself unconditionally. Oh, look at that, little pair of lovebirds. Today is going to be a great day. My thoughts become my reality, it says. We've got a lovely blossom tree here. I'm not sure what that bird is. I guess you can just use your imagination. And on the very last page, it asks you to leave a positive review on Amazon, and has another key. And then again we've got a blank page, which is quite useful. I think the paper is the same in both books, so but I will definitely be testing that to see what it's like. So there we have it. We have the Botanical Affirmations colouring book and the Botanical Mandalas, and as I say, I will be doing some colouring from these on some videos so that you can have a look, and we'll be testing. We might do a test of pencils and things like that to see how it all works with the paper. But thank you very much for watching, and happy colouring. Hi everyone, I have finished this a lovely book called the Botanical Mandalas, which is by Dominika Stoppa, and I thought I would show you a flip through of the book. Now, Dominika is a life coach as well as an artist, and so she has incorporated this sort of thing into her book, so it's quite interesting, I feel. I have done a flip through of the empty book, excuse me, which I will link to, and a few tutorials from various pages, but I thought I would just show you where I'm at with colouring. So this is the sort of, this book belongs to page, as you can see. I'll pop my name in, and we've got these lovely robins, and you can see everything is symmetrical, which is obviously what happens with mandalas, not sure. So these are actually very pale purple. It's quite tricky to see in the light. My light tends to bleach things a little bit. So here we go. We had a bit of a disaster on this page, sadly. This was a tutorial, and so the colouring was absolutely fine, but I used some glitter gel pens here, and closed the book too early, and you can see they have left a mark all the way around the page. You could think, oh, that's quite pretty, but you know, it's a bit of a shame. And my pencil marks have shown up here, but I have written on this page Georgione by Grabi, so those were the pencils that I used. But as I say, there is a tutorial, so if you do want to go, you can have a look at that and see what I did. And you can see it's written like a little bit like a journal. So today I'm grateful for, so here we can list things, which I think is rather nice. I don't tend to journal things anymore. I have done in the past. It's not something I do at the moment, but today I'm certainly grateful for seeing beautiful daffodils by the river and signs of spring, because I know that cheers everybody up. Although I love winter and I don't mind being cold, I know a lot of people feel a lot happier when they see flowers, so that's always really nice. So that was what my gratitude for today. So here we have more birds and lovely flowers. I've actually got daffodils on this page, which is rather nice. I used my Derwent Chromaflow pencils on this page. Now there is also, I can see glitter around here from the glitter pens here, and coloured glitter, so we've had a little bit of marking from this page. So again, I didn't leave it to dry for long enough, but again, I wanted to use some sort of shiny pens. It's quite fun. Each border on each page is the same, so I just had fun doing them in different colours and different ways. My favourite affirmations, not sure really. It does change from day to day. You know, sometimes something sticks in my head for a little while. At the moment, nothing is coming to me, so I'm afraid I can't give you any wisdom with that one. Now this one, excuse me, I did colour along with someone. I'm not sure what pencils I used. I haven't written it down. But I did the border in pencil because I started to realise that we were getting this transfer across. There is still a mark across here, but I think it's actually from the colour behind, because this is Amazon paper, so it isn't really very thick. You get a little bit of ghosting coming through from the page behind, but I don't mind. I found it quite nice. I coloured it with different types of pencils and found it was fine. I think it's easier with a softer pencil, so that because the paper's thin, so if you use a really sharp pointy pencil, you risk poking little dents in the paper, which obviously we don't want to do. This one was also a tutorial that I did, which was quite fun. I think I did these flowers and things, which was good fun. And you may or may not have seen the completed page actually, because normally when I do tutorial I'll just do a quarter. It's not worth doing the whole thing. I think it's a little bit boring. So what makes my heart sing? When do I feel most in tune with myself? That's an interesting one to think about, isn't it? And I think probably when I'm with my family, or when I'm colouring, to be honest. Happy. And another one here I did in some of the pencil colours from over here. We have another glitter one here, shiny, and unfortunately you can see where I turn the page far too. I think actually it might be a bit of this smudging there, I'm not sure, because it looks, the glitter's blue, isn't it? Looks very blue, but yeah, we had a bit of a smudge going on there, but I did really enjoy colouring this page, and especially these butterflies and things. It was great fun. Again, I haven't written down the pencils I used. So this one says, I'm most proud of. Again, we have a lot of glitter transfer going on. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, sorry, it's passed, thankfully. So I think I might have done a tutorial for this page, but I'm not sure. Can't remember now. I'm most proud of? Oh, that's a good question, isn't it? I think I'm quite proud of my YouTube channel. Sounds a bit big-headed, but I am. I say saying things you're proud of does, and I'm proud of my boys for doing ever so well, and my husband, he works really hard. So that's nice. My strengths. Oh gosh. So this one is a lot of leaves on this page. So I did some very bright red roses because I thought they would stand out, and the gold keys. It was quite a fun page to do actually, and I copied some of the greens and reds over on this side as well, with the yellow from the key. My strengths, gosh, I think I'm quite well disciplined, I'm well behaved, not too naughty, and my patience is improving, although I'm not that good. I'm a positive person though, which I think is a nice strength to have. People who inspire me. Wow. Okay, well, we'll look at this first, so while I think about that. This was definitely a colour-on that I did, because neither of us were very sure whether these bits were part of the butterfly or supposed to be leaves. But we both did them as parts of the butterfly. I used my Chromaflow, marker on the silver. It was a bit of an experiment. It's very shiny. Wow, it's almost blinding, isn't it? It's fab. And this is glitter again, which hasn't transferred very much, and I think that chrome has repelled it a bit. And these are Arteza Premium pencils I've written down. So people who inspire me, I find people who are run successful businesses like Deliciously Ella Mills. She's very inspirational. People who want to spread the word on health, like Dr. Rongan Chatterjee or Dr. Rupi. People who spread positive, relaxing happiness, like Johanna Basford, Rita Berman, sort of person. And also people who have lovely YouTube channels, like Chris Cheng, Emily Illustrator, people like that. Okay. Ooh, compliments I hear most often. Gosh, it's a really big-headed one. Now you can see where the alcohol marker has left it looks like a greasy mark on my page. It's really quite odd, but I knew that it would do that, but I knew that this page was okay. I wouldn't mind. You can actually see how it's sort of come through to that page. It's really weird, but anyway, here we have quite a bright picture. Again, I haven't written down which pencils I used, and I've used very bright yellow on here, which is just the colour from the centres of the flowers. I did something a little bit different with the border. Compliments, I don't know. Ooh, I don't know. I find that one hard. I'm going to turn the page. Look, I haven't coloured that corner. I'll need to do that. I know what colour I used actually, so I'll grab that pencil in a minute and just finish that one before I put my book away. I did this one just the other day, and the poppies were really fun, and I just kept everything really bright, well, apart from these. I thought it was quite fun with the pinks and purples. And I used my Giorgio pencils again. Now this was fun. I wanted to do some blue tits, so I looked at a picture and sort of copied the colours and things like that, and then and did sort of orange to sort of work in with it, which I was quite pleased with that one actually. If I could go back in time, what would I tell my 18-year-old self? That you'll be happy, that you'll get married and have lovely children. Things I do to feel better. Well, I think we all do one thing to feel better, which is colouring. Really does help me. So I had fun with this one quite recently as well. I just keep trying to keep my finger on that page to remind me that I need to colour that picture. I'll stick a pencil in it. Okay. So that was fun. So that I can't remember what I used for this page. This one I used a gold pencil for that. It's a little bit shiny. Songs I could listen to on repeat, none. I'm not a music lover. When I want to chill and relax, I don't listen to music. I know I'm weird. I know it's very rare. It's just the way I am. Now, I used to as a child a lot, but not now. I prefer quiet contemplation. So I really enjoyed doing these flowers. I thought they looked a bit like lotus flowers or magnolias or something, so I wanted to do them a really delicate pink. Now the birds are actually pale blue. It's very difficult to see. They sort of get washed out a little bit. But, and maybe I should have done a background to make them stand out. We have another glittery background, which was quite fun. And I really like doing these sorts of browns. But I used the Arteza Expert pencils on this page. So we've got lots of nice, really bright colours. So people who influence my mindset, I'd have to say I'm very much Johanna Basford. Very calming, relaxed, very kind. It's just how I would like to be. And my most sentimental possessions, I don't hold sentiment to possessions. Although I have a lot of things I like, I appreciate, I'm very grateful for, I don't really I'm not a sentimental person. I remember who gave me things, and I'm very, as I say, I'm grateful and happy, but not sentimental in that sense. These, again, there's a lot of green again on this page, and I did it all in the same colour, which I think may have been a bit of a mistake. I think that bit's different. It might have looked better if I'd done a few different greens. My favourite books, movies of all time. Ooh, that's a really difficult question, isn't it? I had a lot of fun with the picture, changing the subject. Lots of bright colours. Again, I used my Giorgione pencil set for those. Books, I don't read lots anymore. I used to read a lot, but I prefer to colour. Movies, Pretty Woman was always my favourite movie, but I don't really watch lots of films. I prefer to colour, and if I'm sitting on the sofa watching a film, I can't rest a book on my lap very easily. Some I can, but not nice books, not big books. My most spontaneous adventure was getting probably on my very first date with my now husband, which was my first date I'd ever had. We talked about getting married to each other on our first date, and we were engaged within 6 months and got married the following year. We would have got married sooner, but we had to do a bit of planning and things. But yeah, and we have been married for 20 years. Yeah, it worked. This was fun. I just did lots of colour. I just wanted something. Sometimes you're in the mood for lots of colour. That's what I did. My idea of the perfect day from dawn till dusk. Oof, having my family home, having 3 meals together with my family, chatting and doing crosswords together, and spending the rest of the day colouring. Yeah. And lovely fuchsias on this page too. Really pretty. Okay, I want to become. Wow. I haven't really made future plans for a long old time. This was done with Castle Art Botanicals. I love these greens, really pretty. I haven't set myself goals because I'm just too focused on sort of the family and looking after them at the minute and helping them really. So I haven't really thought about what I want to become. I've never known what I want to be when I grow up. I'm not grown up yet. I'm not ready to make that decision. And my favourite quotes, again, I can't have any that come to mind. You know, it changes. But we have our gold keys and pretty flowers. You see there, I haven't done any of these circles, I noticed on this page. So maybe I'm going to just finish those off with something. I'm not sure what. What I know to be true today that I didn't know a year ago. I used Bambino crayons on here to let you know what I think about that quote. I don't really know that. That's tricky. I haven't made any great discoveries in the last year, I don't think. I think this one might be the last one. This was done with Derwent Lightfast pencils. You see they're really vibrant colours that I picked. There are different colours in the set. So, and it's quite tricky to do the snowdrops because they're obviously normally white. So I did a little bit of green and I did a pale blue background just to try and make that white stand out a little bit. What actions can I take today to simplify my life? Ooh, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to have to go because my son's due home any minute and unlock the door for him. But I think getting divorced would simplify my life, but it's not something I want to do. It would be a lot easier, I think, with an empty house, but very lonely and not so much fun. Anyway, that's the end of that one. So there are 22 pictures and journaling prompts in that one, and I have found it to be a very nice book to colour. So there we go. So thank you for watching. I hope that was fun for you, and happy colouring. Hi everyone, I have finished this lovely book by Dominika Stoppa, the Botanical Affirmations colouring book. I absolutely love this cover, it's really gorgeous, and I thought I would share with you a flip through so you can see what I've done in the book. I know the whole book isn't in frame, but actually you'll see why. As I open, you'll see the pages they aren't completely full. You can of course colour a border around the pictures if you want to. I don't know whether actually it'd be best if I just zoom in a tad, not too much, so you can see the whole of the picture a little bit more clearly. So this is the first one. Obviously we've got a, I thought this was a grey parrot, galah or something like that. That's how I coloured it. And I really wanted these orange leaves just to stand out. It was just, I was just having fun with an interesting colour combination really. So that's my first one from the book. And as you can see, each one has a little affirmation on it. And each one also has the same frame around. So you'll see from this one, I did it quite differently, doing the frame in the stripy colour. And it might be tricky to see. I'll tilt it. You can see that I did some gold. There you can see a little bit more. So I did some gold pen for the stars and around the moon, and for the writing, just making it a little different because the owl is a snowy owl. There's only a few bits of grey on it, and I didn't colour the mountains at all because I really liked how they looked already. So I thought I'd just put a little bit more effort into the other bits of the picture. And on this side there's a key on the back of the picture. I haven't coloured those. They're, because it's the same on every page. Also the paper, you get a bit of ghosting from the picture behind, so it made me not inclined to colour it, but you know, you certainly can. Now this one I remember I did this one is done with Bambino crayons, and I didn't colour in this box at all. I had it standing out. I remember having a lot of fun with that one. I'm not sure if this is a tutorial. I'm trying to remember. Some of them are, a few of them are, but I don't know if this one is or not. But the crayons worked really nicely, I felt, on this paper. They look really vibrant. Excuse me, this is Amazon paper, so it's fairly thin. So I find that a more vibrant pencil, like I've done a lot of these in Arteza experts, things like that, they really stand out. This was done with Derwent Lightfast. I really wanted to make a big wow of the hummingbird. I have a feeling I may have done this one as a tutorial. What I'll do is in the description of the video I'll put a link to each of the ones where I've done tutorials, so you can have a look, and then if there's one you spot that you like the look of, you'll be able to go and click and do that. So I wanted to reflect those colours down here as well. I had a lot of fun with that. And the fuchsia is quite muted. There aren't a big lot of pinks in my set of the Derwents, and I didn't want it to be the same colour as that, so I just toned it down with one of the sort of lighter pinks. And again, I've done these in a metallic. I just think it's fun. Now this is one I did as part of a buddy colour actually, and I decided I wanted to look like an American eagle. I don't know whether it's supposed to be an American eagle or not, but just this white bit looked like it was. I haven't coloured that bit in at all, I just left it white like the paper. And I thought I would take the beak and the feet and just put that colour through other parts of the picture. And I felt it went quite well with that background. I just had some fun with it. What I find is these are fairly small pictures. It's an A4 book. I think if you buy it in America it might be the letter size, which is slightly different shape to A4. Because it's Amazon printed, I think that's the standard size. But because they're quite a big margin, the pictures are a little smaller, and I find them a little less daunting if I want something a little bit quicker that I know I'm going to finish quicker. But I still have a lot of fun with trying different things with them. Now this one was fun. If you, whoops, I wanted to make it really sort of peaceful, relaxing, and I used glitter pen on the dragonfly wings. I don't know how easy it is to see, and then a lot of silver on the border and the stars. I just wanted it, and it says my mind is calm and peaceful. I wanted calm and peaceful colours, and for me those colours do look calm and peaceful. I don't know if everyone's the same with that sort of thing, but that was how I felt. And I completed this one today. This paint pen got really messy. It was a Derwent pen. I haven't been able to get it to work properly for ages, and suddenly all the ink went pfft, and you can see there's a few splodgy bits, unfortunately. I like the idea of doing the yellow, but it's it looks quite messy, unfortunately. We have another snowy owl, so I didn't do a lot of colouring on the owl. I wanted it to stand out. And the border is actually the same colour blue as the sky. I just put down a heavier layer. So that was Arteza Experts 2. And I wanted the yellow to look a bit like the sun, but not so bright. I'm pretty sure this is definitely a tutorial. I'm sure I remember recording this one. So the idea of this one was to try and make the sunflower and the butterfly stand out. So the orange hopefully helps that to happen. I just had a lot of fun. The sunflower's so lovely and bright. And again, with the stars, I did them in paint pen. This is a Posca yellow, because it's a lot easier to colour your background like this really quickly and then paint over it, rather than having to try and colour around each star and then do them in yellow pencil. If you don't have the paint pen, you want to do them in pencil, do the yellow first, and then I find that makes it easier. Just for me, it might not be the same for everybody. Now this was the first one I did in this book, and I remember testing different pencils on the page to see what worked and what didn't work very well, and I ended up down here doing lots of different greens. But once I'd done the video, I came back to the page and I tried to make things look a little better, because it was a bit messy by the end of the video, because I was trying different brands and different colours, just seeing how they laid down on the paper and that sort of thing. It's quite a fun video, fun experiment, but took a lot of rescuing to get it looking almost like the holly leaves are all the same colour. They're not, but you know, almost there. And this one I've done with pencil stars in the background, but I did use some gold and silver pens for the border. See, it's quite fun. You can just try different effects, because all the borders are the same. You can just try different things. And again here, completely different. So I did this butterfly as a tutorial. I remember doing it. So I turned over 2 pages there. And I used that pale yellow for the writing here. And I did a black, this is actually pen, a black pen border, just to, I felt it just made it look really well finished. So I sort of ignored the stripes for that one and just did something a little bit different, which was fun. Alright, I'm moving down a little. Now this was an experiment, and I wasn't too pleased with how it went, but I was experimenting just using pens on this page. So the background is a metallic blue, which I quite like, and the stars are silver glitter, which is fun. I didn't colour the birds in very much at all, because apart from their feet, which look really weird, to be honest, these dark flowers leaves are okay, but these, I'm not sure, and the branch. I'm trying to think what I used. Probably Stedler fine liner, so I didn't have a good range of colours. So it was an experiment, and I'm not a big fan of using pens, to be honest, but I just wanted to try, and so I did. You can see how it's got major and bleed through as well. Well, maybe not major. I put a piece of paper in here so it didn't spoil this page at all. Now this one was interesting because I posted this, I think, and someone said they would have made the bird a much brighter colour because they're the focus of the picture, and I thought that was really interesting feedback. And actually, yes, I agree with them, but my reasoning for that was that I wanted the bird to stand out because everything else was bright colours, so I thought doing him grey would work. So I think maybe if you want the bird to stand out and be bright colours, then maybe you need to make everything else a little more muted. So I thought it would have got lost in the pink. So, but it was, I appreciate the feedback, it's interesting. And I did these sort of glittery stars, and I did them in blue. Why not? It's just fun. And that is the end of the book. As you can see, there's not masses of pages, but it's really satisfying finishing a book. So actually, it has taken me quite a while to do it because I haven't just done it page after page after page, but you know, it's rather nice. having a smaller book that you can just get finished. And of course you can cut the pictures out and frame them because they're a standard size. A4 is easy to find frames for in the UK. I can't speak for other countries, but I find with Johanna's books or square books, I find it much harder to find a frame. So, and you've got the nice affirmation on there as well to look at, which, you know, is rather nice. I don't personally frame artwork, I like to keep it in the book, but I know some people do. Anyway, I shall stop talking. It was a short one because there weren't many pages, but it's just rather nice to show you. And I will put links in the description where you can buy the book from as well, so that if you like it, you can get yourself a copy. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and happy colouring.